peace is from the source of peace. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام. Peace, tranquility, serenity is from you. تباركت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. Blessed be يعني Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala salam. How can I achieve such kind of a state? A state of a self that, if you will, is balanced. Balanced. There is no war within. You know what I'm speaking about? Fighting and calamities and smoke and fire, and some of us it's like a battlefield. How can I be peaceful? The self I'm speaking about is one that's calm, that is not easily agitated, that when delays happen, it is tranquil and serene, not easily angered, that responds to insults with what? With serenity, with forbearance. You understand what I'm speaking about? Not angry, not agitated. Are you that way even now? Some of us, when we sit, we're not that way. I want to attain this. How? And this is what we're trying to speak about today. Tell me how. What can I do, right? And subhanAllah, this is what I'm going to be speaking about today. And it's half our faith, half of our iman. Of course, many people, oh, marriage, right? It's not. It's half the iman. It's not marriage. And so once I told my son that, I told him this, it's half iman, and I told him what it is. And next day he said, I told him, pray. It was time for Asr, I think. He said, no, I'm not going to pray. And I said, why? He said, Baba, you told me. I heard that getting married is half the iman, half faith. And you told me about this thing yesterday, that's half my iman. Half plus half equals 1. I don't need to pray anymore. I'm done, right? SubhanAllah. Fair. But what I'm speaking about today is the answer to many questions. The questions that we have in our head. Questions like the following. I can't lower my gaze. Tell me what to do. You know what I'm speaking about? I'm on campus, it is summertime, it is hot. I'm on the internet, there is websites, and no matter what I do, and by the way, females included, lowering the gaze is not only against the opposite gender, by the way. Some of us cannot lower their gaze from a car that drives by. Some of us cannot lower their gaze from status and wealth. Some of us cannot lower their gaze from fame. Gaze needs to be lowered from many things. It's more than just the opposite gender. Many, many things. Looking down on people, that's terrible. I need to lower my gaze. Right? But tell me what to do. And another person might say, you know what? I don't have any khushu' in salah. I come, Allahu Akbar, I try to focus, I can never focus. Once I say Allahu Akbar, my mind is everywhere. I can't concentrate, I have a concentration problem. Even in my studies, I can't focus. Even now when you speak, I can't focus. My mind is everywhere. Maybe I'm boring, right? I'm going to be speaking about boredom, by the way, also today. Unfortunately for you, right? But tell me what to do. Another person might say, I need to be more steadfast. I'm never steadfast. I try, but I fail. I walk forward, but I fall back. Tell me what to do. I start praying the Sunnah prayers. I start praying Fajr. A day, 2, 3 passes by, but then what happens? I fall back. I start to fast. I fast Mondays and Thursdays, then I fall back. And then I leave everything. I'm never steadfast. Tell me what to do. I want to be constant. I want to be kind no matter what happens. Not only when things are good to me. I want steadfastness. I want to be more constant, more stable. Tell me what to do, right? And we are here today to discuss this. And I'll start it this way. What Imam al-Ghazali said, النصيحة سهلة والمشكل اتباعها. He said, advice is easy, but the real problem is, are you going to follow it? And I'm telling that to myself. Is there an answer? Yes, there is an answer. Do you want to know what to do to lower your gaze? Yes, tell me. You know what the problem is? Are you going to do it? If I tell you, because sometimes the problem is not what I say or what other people say. Are you willing to do it? Yes, yes. If you tell me something that's going to cause me to have khushu' in salah, I'll do. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, before I'll just give you 2 and we'll start. Are you sure about it? Yes, tell me what to do. Here, I'm going to tell you 2 things. You want to have khushu' in salah? Yes. You want to lower your gaze? Yes. You want to be more steadfast? Yes. Okay. Do you have a car? Yes. Do you drive on highways? Yes. How fast do you drive? I want you always to drive 10 miles per hour below the speed limit. Huh? Will you do it? No. Because it has nothing to do with what we're speaking about. That's one problem. Right? I'm asking about khushu' and salah. I'm asking about lowering my gaze, and you're telling me driving slower? What does that have to do with it? I don't see the relation. It has everything to do with it. Oh, you want another one? Oh yeah, tell me another one. Okay, do you go buy things from Albertsons or Ralph's? What do you have here? Bonds. CVS? Oh, okay, Safeway? When you check out, which aisle do you use? The? Okay, self-check. I want you to use the longest aisle. You know the queues? I want you always to pick the longest queue and stand in it. Huh? Would you do it? Didn't you know what to do? Didn't you ask for something? But I don't understand. What does this have to do with the topic? We're speaking about the heart. We're speaking about other things. And you're telling me checking out and driving the car? This is what we're speaking about today. The topic is spiritual exercises. Riyadatun nafs. Spiritual exercises. And yes, the quality in one word that we are missing. And it's going to even get worse. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us with what I'm seeing now. The next generation and your generation will suffer more from this. You'll see why. It's one word that's half our faith that the Prophet ﷺ told us. You know what it is? Can anybody guess it now? Patience. That is the quality of this age that we're missing. Patience. I can't lower my gaze. You know what I'm saying? I am not patient. What is patience? Patience in في اللغة, يعني if you go to the Arabic language, الصبر هو المنع والحبس, is to restrain and refrain. That is patience. Patience is to imprison. My ability to refrain, restrain and imprison. Hold back. My eye wants to look. No, come back. Restrained. When I say I can't lower my gaze, what I'm saying, I cannot be patient. Whenever my ego, myself, wants something, look, harder, of course. I'm lacking what? The ability to say, no, come back. Not now. When I say I'm not steadfast, that is lack of patience. وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. When I tell you do something, prayers, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, till you die. You know, sometimes you can do something once, maybe twice, but to do something regularly needs what? Patience. This is the concept of patience. There is patience as to deprive, right? To hold back. There is patience on deeds of ta'ah. As-sabru ala ta'ah. To continuously do that. When I tell you, okay, stand at night and pray 2 rak'ahs with 1 juz. What happens? Why can't I do it? What happens? What do we feel? I can't, right? I can't hold myself in my place for 2 rak'ahs for 10 minutes. Make dua for 5 minutes. Can I make dua for just sit between the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 5 minutes? Some of us, it looks like 1 hour. I'm speaking about myself, isn't it? What I'm saying is the following. I'm lacking patience. I can't be patient for 5 minutes. Why do I have to rush after salah? Salah is done. Assalamu alaikum, and I have to walk. Why am I in such a hurry to leave? That's lack of patience. Khushu'. And this is one of the biggest topics that actually we as a society suffer from. The problem of anxiety and depression, if you will. Has to do with what? Khushu' and salah. When I say I can't focus, what am I saying? I start in salah and I say Allahu Akbar, I'm supposed to do what? My mind should be focused on one. But what happens? My mind starts going left and right. I cannot stop my mind. I cannot stop thinking. I can't control my thoughts. I have no control over my mind. It just wanders. And I cannot recall it. That is depression and anxiety. Very simple. What is anxiety and depression? Look, it has to do with thoughts. Inability to control the mind. Oh, what do you mean? I thought that the mind controls the body. Not in the Quran. The Quran is the heart, between the heart and the mind. I'm not speaking about the physical heart. I hope you understand that. Not the muscle, because animals have that. Spiritually, they're connected. Actually, the statement I would tell you is the following. Is that the heart is a divine gift of cognition. The mind is but a loyal servant. And we created a culture that honors the servant and forgets the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the heart that orders the mind to think. And sometimes I cannot recall my mind. If my ego controls my heart and And I start thinking, and you know what I'm speaking about, I'm going to discuss this. I go to Salah and I cannot say stop thinking, it just goes. Anxiety is when my mind goes where? In the future. When I ride my time machine. I have a time machine. And I start thinking about what will happen. What will happen if I fail the exam? Oh my God, I can't find a job. It's going to be very difficult. I know I'm going to fail. And then my father is going to do this. And then, where are you now? I'm already there. I'm not here. You know what I'm speaking about? And some of us, but it's okay to plan, brother. Yes, but it's okay. It's not okay to plan 24/7. It is not okay to plan when I'm with my kids and it's time for me to have fun with them, but my mind is where? At work, tomorrow. It is not okay. It is not okay when it's Salah time and my mind is still in the future. It's not in this present time. There is no hudur, presence, present time. That is anxiety. Anxiety is a mind that went into the future and cannot be recalled. And it keeps thinking about things and feeling the pain of it and worried and worried and worried. And you say, okay, can you come back now? Let's relax. It's time to sleep. Can't sleep because I can't stop thinking. The only way to kill my mind is what? Medicine. Depression is the opposite. When I go in the back, you know, I go past. I ride my time machine. Why did he say this yesterday to me? What did he mean? Right? And some of us are still thinking about things that happened 10 years ago. Yes, they happened. I'm not saying anything. But can you control them? Sometimes terrible things happened in my life. But can you imagine if you have the ability to control that? Can you imagine what you can do? If you can say, yes, something bad happened in my life and it causes me pain. But I'll tell you what, my inability to stop thinking about it causes me more pain. My inability to stop thinking about it is my source of pain. Can I at least localize it? I say, okay, I'm going to think about it 2 hours a day, 1 hour at night. But now it's time I'm with my friends. My inability to leave it, I'm living in my past. That's terrible. We need to learn patience. Can I gain it? Can I have control? Can I have this ability to refrain? Is there a way? And this is what I'm trying to be speaking about, inshallah, today. Now, if you will, I don't know if I should do this. Can I draw a diagram? Please. If you will, a technical description of what scholars say patience is. An anatomy of the heart, if you will. It's a little bit technical, and then we'll go to the spiritual exercise, which everybody here is, tell me how, right? But can we define what patience is? What's happening inside of us first? And then, inshallah, after that, I'm going to share with you the to-do. What to do to gain it. How can I make myself more patient? Right? So, you allow me to draw something? Big box, right? It should be a heart, right? So that's the heart. That's what they call the ego, or like in Arabi, nafs. Right? And this is a simplified view. That is what in the Quran says as-sabr. That's another topic. So first of all, in the Quran, if you look to the anatomy of the heart, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the inner world as, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses 4 words when it comes to the heart, not 1. And unfortunately, in translation to English, that is lost. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word as-sadr. As-sadr translated as the breast or the chest. So that's 1. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses another word, al-qalb, translated as the heart. But yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses another word in the Quran to describe more about the heart, al-fu'ad. And the fu'ad is translated as the heart. So if you're reading English, now the distinction is gone. You can't tell what is fu'ad, what is qalb, what is the relation, what's going on inside of me. It's gone. But here is the 4th one, which is even worse. The 4th layer of the heart that is mentioned in the Quran is al-lub, the core. And al-lub is translated as, when we say ulul albab, how do we translate that? Those who have intellect. I don't know if you see what will happen now. All the verses you have in the Quran that speaks about, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaking to the intellect of the human being, right? And intellect is related to the heart. It is the core of the heart. There is a big relation between the heart and the mind. They're not separate. And yes, we know that. Even now, scientifically, we know that neurons exist in the heart and they're connected to the brain. And that your heart commands your mind. We know that.